Welcome to the brand new Draymond Green Show YouTube channel. Hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our content. I remember Steve first coming in, and Steve is implementing his offense. And we're going through training camp, and he's like, Klay, swing the ball. Steph, swing the ball. Move the ball. And like every time we come down the court, he's just like, move it, move it. And I remember asking him, yo, Steph and Klay, like, they get the shots here. How are they going to get these shots? And him saying, the ball will find who the ball is supposed to find. But we're going to move the ball. We're going to be a ball-moving team. With Steve coming in and implementing his offense, and it's just ball movement, and originally we don't quite understand. We're just out there like, oh, man. I remember the grunts, and like everybody's like, yo, this is trash. Like, he just keep telling us to pass the ball. Like, I mean, like, I remember that. That happens. Steve's implementing his new. At that time, what are you thinking? Are you at all worried that you won't have the same freedom, that you won't get the same shots? At that time, what are you thinking with Coach Kerr coming in and none of us could even see like remotely close to the vision that he had for our offense?
Well, I didn't know Steve Kerr, the Blazer, because I was a Blazer fan. So, you know, knockdown shooter, I think all-time leader in three-point field goal percentage. So being a young gunner, I knew he was going to utilize my skill and appreciate my skill of being a perimeter player. And I'll never forget Steve, first week of training camp, one of his biggest emphasis was last year we were the last team in passes made per game.
Mm-hmm.
And then that year in 2015, we were the team with the most passes made per game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that just unlocked a whole new dimension of basketball I never really seen before, as far as the shooting and the athleticism combined with what we had. It was special, and I think it kind of blitzed the NBA by storm, just with the small ball and the pace and the space. It was an incredible time to be a Warrior. So I do give Steve a ton of credit. He would always give Coach Jackson credit, especially for laying the foundation. But he just did a few tweaks and a couple modifications to the offensive system that just did wonders for my game, and obviously Steph. But it did so much for me as far as just being an off-ball cutter and a mover and a floor spacer that I'm kind of still playing that same role now, and it's kind of just, it's been good to me.
Absolutely. No, I think, when, like I said, what it did was it not only was it the beginning of a dynasty that we've all taken part in creating and building, but it was the beginning of the way basketball is played.
Yeah.
And that, to me, like, I always look back on that, and like I always say, like, I had the opportunity to play with, in my mind, the greatest team ever assembled. And one of the reasons I feel that way is, yes, we were dominant. Yes, we won championships. All of that was great. But it changed the way the game was played around the world.
Yeah. You gotta give yourself credit too, Dre. I mean, Steve came in, to allow you to bring the ball off the rim, have me and Steph fly off picks. The traditional power forward I just remember that year, like, the typical power forward is not able to stay in front of you, and they're not used to, like, you got to pick this guy up at half court, and then we got to guard the ball screen, the DHO. It's just so dynamic, and then you hit the lob threat. There's the backside shooter, and it just kind of, so without you, the whole thing would never have worked, and it kind of just unlocked a whole new way, a positionless style of basketball, which is, I think, the most fun to be a part of.
No, 100%. I appreciate that. For me, I always say, like, man, the match couldn't have been better made in heaven. With my skill set and what I excel at, what I love to do on the basketball court, I don't care to shoot the basketball. Like, I will shoot. I'll take the shot if it's there. But, like, my whole life, I've never really cared to shoot. Now, I've spent many years of my life as a scorer.
Yeah.
I had the ability, but I never got off on shooting the basketball. I always felt better getting an assist.
Yeah.
And we know that you are the total opposite, that you much rather get the bucket.
Love to get buckets.
But
I'll pass, but yeah.
I always said, like, the pieces couldn't have fit better together. And your skill set, Steph's skill set, and my skill set. But not only the skill sets, our demeanors could have never fit better together. Like, I am more outspoken. I'm more in your face. You're more like, this is what I'm doing. Follow me here. If I get pissed off, I'm going to let you guys know because ultimately I want to win. Steph is more lead by example. I'll speak up and, you know, as he's grown, both of you guys, speak up more and more. But I'm not going to be in your face about it. And what it did is, you know, Bob always would say, man, it's incredible that you guys still sit together. Like, but I think one of the biggest components to that is because we were so different in those aspects, it created a larger appreciation for each other. A space where we never bump heads because I'm not in your lane, you're not in Steph's lane, he's not in my lane. So there's never like any situation where there's a bump heads. And like, there's never any pressure for you to be me, for me to be Steph, for Steph to act like you. Like,
yeah.
It's all, no, I know who you is, you know who Steph is, he know who I am, and vice versa. And with that, there's an appreciation for that. And that, to me, is what I feel like has been most special of this whole thing.
I agree.
You look at teams where
Spent
it's like,
so much time together. It's just ridiculous.
like y'all two in particular, I've seen you two more than anybody I've seen in my life in the past 12 years.
Yeah.
All right, the NBA season is in full swing, coming down the stretch. Then we move right into the playoffs in April, May, and June. I can't wait. Spice things up with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA right now. All you have to do is put down $5 and get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Pretty good trade-off. I pay $5, I get $150. North Carolina listeners, do not forget, welcome to the party. DraftKings Sportsbook now live in your state, North Carolina. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Takes 90 seconds. The code is Colin, C-O-L-I-N. Again, 90 seconds. Download DraftKings Sportsbook app. Put in Colin. New customers bet $5, get $150 back in bonus bets instantly. That is the trade. All right? The code is always Colin. The crown is yours.